Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, a midair heat flash was detected on the airplane, the Russian airplane that crashed in the Sinai there in Egypt. Here's a quick report on this, and let me give you some more information as well.
Was it an engine bursting into flames that caused the plane to crash? Was it a fuel tank explosion causing the plane to crash? There was burned plane debris found on the ground. Was this a flash from a terrorist missile hitting the aircraft? If that were the case, but that's deemed very, very unlikely. If that were the case, there will likely be two flashes, one as the missile took off, one as it hit the aircraft, or was it a bomb on board the plane?
Those are the scenarios. But one thing's for sure, a heat flash has been picked up, recorded by satellite. The question is, as you heard him say, was it an engine blowing up or a part of the plane? Was it a bomb on board? Was it a missile from the terrorist ISIS shooting it down? Or was there some other type of situation? We know that Russian Metrojet Flight 9268 was detected by the United States military satellite of a mid-air heat flash. The satellite did record it before the plane crashed Saturday in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula, according to U.S. officials. Intelligence analysis has ruled out that the Russian commercial airplane was struck by a missile. Okay, so they're saying, no, it wasn't a missile. But this new information suggests there was a catastrophic in-flight event, including a possible bomb, though experts are considering other explanations also. So they're running the whole gamut of trying to figure out what caused it, but there was an explosion. Was it a bomb? Was it quit talking about the tail where 14 years ago when the plane hit the tail and kind of broke part of the tail. That is not what caused this. That is not what caused this. This thing exploded. What caused it? Did a missile hit it from ISIS? A missile hit. We know already that Malaysian flight was hit by a missile over the East Ukraine near the border of Russia. We know this. We don't know who did it, but we know it happened. So we know it can happen, and we know that the technology exists. And ISIS is saying they brought the plane down. They're not saying they shot it down. They're just claiming responsibility for bringing it down. And it may have been that they had workers there at the airport who were able to then plant the bomb. You got these, look, Muslims are working in all walks of society everywhere, including the United States and all over Europe. And it's a massive problem now because these radical Islamic Muslim militants are sprinkled into the population. And they have different positions. They're pilots. They're engineers of trains. They're conductors. They're in high levels of government. They're everywhere. So you don't know. I'm talking about radical Islamic Muslim militants with an allegiance to Sharia law. It's just a fact. Now, there's a wide range of theories on what made this passenger jet plunge to the ground, killing all 224 people on board. But Russian officials says it's just too soon to speculate on the cause. And you can know this, Putin is very concerned that it was either a bomb or a missile. And this is why we have information that Russia has nuclear units on the move. And you can know he is all over that. Aviation experts agree the officials have downplayed the apparent claim by Islamic militants that they brought down the Airbus because nobody wants to give them. No, the reason they're doing that is because, even if they know that ISIS did it, they don't want to let that out so that people panic all over the world that ISIS and other groups have this capability. So, here was the flight path as they left here, right there on the edge of the Red Sea. And as they began to just take off, they were headed towards St. Petersburg, Russia, but of course never made it. as they go down right there in the Sinai. It's just a horrible situation. And now the gruesome task of trying to identify, all the bodies and whose identity is whose. I mean, you can see it was just a chaotic scene, and it is spread out over 20 kilometers, which that right there alone tells you that it blew up in the sky. It's just a horrific situation. Investigators are trying their best to piece the puzzle together. But why did this plane blow up in midair? What caused it, and did ISIS do it? This is still the questions. We're going to talk about this today on our live broadcast. We really do need to try to understand what took place here. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. Terrible bus crash in Nepal today. 30 dead, 35 injured. Horrible bus crash. Just so you'll know, this happened. We're gonna try to find out more about this in Nepal as the bus goes rolling down the side of a cliff, and try to find out what happened there. Just a whole lot of stuff going on. We'll be back just a moment with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy. Do not miss today's live broadcast at my website, 12 noon Eastern, the coming apocalypse, at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. If you're not saved, give your life to Jesus Christ and start getting on a path to glory. Get out of the gutter and get in the glory. That's where we're going. God bless.